1 through 8. You need one of those explained. 4? 3 and 4?
We did 3 together.
Yeah, we did 3 together.
Never mind, I circled that one on there.
Okay, I'm like, we did 3 together. Okay, so 4. So everyone should be doing this. If you got it right, you don't have to do it, okay? If you are redoing it with me, do not erase what you did. Do your work right next to it, because I want you to go back and see what you did wrong, because something needs to be fixed. Understood what I'm saying? What?
I got every one right.
Then you sit there and wait. Did you miss any of them?
No.
Then you can work on your Excel. Okay, so 4 is the square root of 28 p to the 4th. So Mason, you should be doing every single one of these with me.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. So on 28, the perfect square in 28 is what? 7 and 4. Okay, if you did, the perfect square is 4. Let me show you both ways, okay? So I'm going to show you this way, and then I'll show you the other way. So what I have is the square root of 4 times the square root of 7, square root of p to the 4th. Yes? What is the square root of 4? 2. So that's done. Square root of 7 is the square root of 7. There's no perfect squares in there. When I have a variable, I divide it by the root. We're square root, so I divide the variable by what? 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So p squared comes out because I have p, yes? That's 1 set of p's, 2 set of p's, so it would be p times p, which would be what?
P squared.
P squared. Does that make sense with the variables, Cooper? Does that help?
A little bit.
Okay, so we took care of the 4, we took care of the p. What do we have left?
7.
7. So it's the square root of 7.
Does it matter which order those are in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up.
Okay, so now, Henry, you did 14 and 2? Yes? So 14, you got to keep breaking it down. What is 14 then? 2 and 7. So you have 2 times 7 times 2, yes? So when I take the square root of that, I can bring out a set of what?
2.
2's. Right there. And then you have 7 left over, which is right there. What I'm doing is a little quicker than what you're doing, especially when you get bigger numbers. Did that help with 4? If you missed 4, what did you do wrong? Internalize this. 6, 7, 8. Question on those.
6.
Right, am I writing big enough for you?
I got 6 right,
Okay, but am I writing big enough for you?
but just a little bit.
Write a little bigger? How about I just do that? Does that help? Okay.
Yeah, that works. Thanks.
Just zoom it in. Okay, so who asked? Henry, what did you do for 112?
56 and 2.
56 and 2.
What then I can break that down to?
No, 9 and 6.
7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Oh. And then you break 8 down to 4 and 2.
To 4 and 2. Okay, now I would stop here because 2 is a perfect square, right?
Yep.
Now I would have done 4 at the beginning because 4 goes into 12, correct?
Yep.
So I would have done 4 at the beginning and gotten 2, 28, and then I would have done 4 and 7 and stopped. Looking for your perfect squares is going to help. Okay, so Henry, what is the square root of 4?
2.
2. So I'm going to have -5 because it's already there, times 2,
No paper, right?
and I can bring out a set of what? 2, so I have another 2, and what do I have left over?
7.
Square root of 7. Okay, so that's going to have to go in, but now I have n to the 4th. So I'm going to divide 4 by what? 2. How many times does 2 go into 4? 2. So I'm going to have n squared, and then the square root of 7. So now all I have to do is multiply this out.
Would be
Negative 10, negative 5n to square.
What? What's 5 times 2 times 2?
Do I have to multiply it all together?
Well, the n is just n squared.
Negative 20.
Negative 20. The n squared is just n squared. You don't know what n is. You can't do anything with it. It's just a variable. So if you missed that problem, what did you do wrong? Henry, what'd you do wrong?
Didn't break it down farther enough.
Okay, Cooper, what'd you do wrong?
I don't even know. I messed up on the negative 5 2 part.
Okay, so you broke it down correctly. You were just bringing, do you have negative 5 times 2 times 2?
Well, I didn't understand the rule where you had to divide 4 by 2.
Right. Okay, so with those exponents, guys, if I have the square root of x to the 5th, y to the 4th, w. I just put them all out there. What power is w to? The first, right? Okay, so this is a square root because there's nothing here. So I'm going to look for pairs of what? 2. So I'm going to take and divide each one, and we're going to have an inside and an outside. So 2 goes into 5 how many times? Twice. So I'd have x squared, but how many do I have left over? 1. So x to the first. Okay? Then I divide y to the 4th by 2, so I get y what? Y squared. Do I have any left over? No. So nothing is in there. Does 2 go into 1? Nope. So that's just, that's
Would
it.
that be the answer to that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So let's say I had the cube root of x to the 8th,
So say
y to the 5th, w to the 18th.
So say there is it is 2 like on the inside, and would it just go away?
It doesn't go away. You're bringing, like here I have x, 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 y, y, y,
I'm
y,
talking like,
w.
Say one of the numbers was 2, and you divide 2 by 2.
Right, I'm showing you. Okay, so I have 1 set, 2 set, and I have 1 left over. So it doesn't go away. 2 goes into 2 one time, so you can bring 1 set out. So z to the 3rd, this is what you're getting at. Okay, now I'm going to go to 3rd. So I'm going to divide everything by what? 3. So 3 goes into x, 8, how many times? 2. What's left over? 2. So x squared comes out. 2 sets of 3 come out, and 2 individual x's stay in. I divide 5 by what? 3. So 3 goes into 5 how many times? Once. How many left over? 2. Okay. 3 goes into 18 how many times? 6. Is there any left over? No. So there's nothing inside anymore. Or you could put 0 to w to the 0, which is just 1, right? Anything to the 0 power is 1, those exponent rules. So it doesn't matter. Now, 3 goes into 3 how many times? Once. Is there anything left over? No. That 3 looks like a 13 now. Does that help with the variables?
Yes.
The variables should be the easiest thing because it's just division. How many times does it go in? And what is your remainder? That is it. Okay, next page. So 13 through 16. What? 16? 15. Okay. So 15. Mason, write this down. So 2 square root of 54 minus 2 square root of 6, yes? Now, I can't subtract these. They're not like terms, are they? So I have to reduce them first. So 54, perfect square in 54,
6 and 9.
6 and 9. See, I don't have to keep breaking this down because 6 has no perfect squares in it, does it?
But 9 does.
But 9 does, so I can stop there. Okay? So, square root of 9, square root of 6. What is the square root of 9?
3.
3. So I'm going to take 2 times what? 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, and I have square root of 6. Now, the next one is minus 2 square root of 6. Is square root of 6 already simplified?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just going to subtract 2 square root of 6. So I have 6 square roots of 6, and I'm going to subtract 2 square roots of 6. So how many square roots of 6 do I have?
4.
4 square root of 6. Andrea, did that help? What did you do wrong? Did you forget to multiply by 2?
No. I just said completely different.
How did you do it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Anybody else miss that one?
Yeah.
No?
What is it?
15. You said you got them all right.
I did everything
No, I got
that
it.
you went over.
Huh?
So I did everything that you went over.
Okay. Did you get it right?
Yes.
Okay. Can we go to the next page, or do we have another one on that page?
I actually understood.
That was 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So 16 is negative 12, square root of 12, plus 2 square root of 27. So 12 is what? 4 and 3. So the square root of 4 is 2. So it's going to be negative 2 square root of 3. Did you have that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So 27 is what and what? 9 and 3. So the square root of 9 is 3. So we have to take 2 times 3 because there's already a 2 in front, which is 6 square root of 3. Did you have that right?
I did not know.
Okay, did you forget to multiply by the 2?
Yes, I did.
Okay, quit that. Okay, now can I add them, subtract them, combine them? Yes. So I have negative 2 square roots of 3, positive 6 square roots of 3. How many square roots of 3?
3.
I have 4 square root of 3. So, do you guys see mistakes that you were making that you shouldn't have made?
No.
Okay. Now we're going on 17. I'm going to give you a second to look through. How many of you missed like 17, 19, 20 in those? In there. Okay, so take a minute to rework them knowing what you know now. Because you found mistakes in what you did, yes?
You can give me 17 so I can do it.
Wait,
Yes.
What is 18?
18 was 15 square root of 2. We did that in class. Okay, those are...
Because it looked right, but
Okay, so you have, on 17, you should have negative 2 square root of 5, negative 6 square root of 5. And negative 2 and negative 6 is negative what? 8.
I have a question.
What?
How you getting 2 and 5? I got negative 4 and 5.
Okay, what is the square of root of 4?
2.
2. You're not taking the square root. Okay, anybody else have a question on those? Do not worry about, shut your computer. You're not ready for that, shut it. Not you, him, Cooper, shut it.
what?
You're not ready for Excels. Leave it shut.
How do you know?
Because I know. Okay, 18. Did you guys get 15 square root of 2?
I'm not doing
I just did.
it.
Huh?
I did that together.
Oh, we did 18 together? Sorry. 19. 19, you should have negative 9 square root of 6. $20, you should have negative square root of 2. Questions on those guys? 19, 20.
Nope.
No questions.
Okay. How about 21, What did we have? What did we not do? 21, 22, 23. 21. Okay, so 21. 15 is 3 times 5, yes?
Yeah.
And 6 is 2 times 3. So we have a big square root over both. You do not have to multiply out 6 times 15. Don't do it. Because then you got a big number you got to break back down.
Yeah, 90.
Okay? So I've a pair of what? Pair of 3s that come out, and 2 times 5 is 10. So if you guys quit multiplying it out, will it make it easier?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's already the first step, isn't it?
I just.
Oh.
What? Yeah. Stop that.
I don't know. Stop it. I don't know
What?
how they go.
Well, what use the square? What's the perfect square can come out of the square root. What's not has to stay back in. You can't do it, so it has to stay there.
Smack.
That's it. What?
You go past 80 and get bonus.
Yes, but I would get all of them to 80 first. Yes, you will get bonus if you go past 80. Okay, 23 is just 2 times 3, which is what? 6. Square root of 6. Okay, 24. Are we good on 24? Okay, next page.
25 over 9.
Okay, 25.
Oh, that one's
This
easy.
is 29 30.
What?
15 over.
Okay, 25. Look at what you did and see if you can find out what you did wrong.
I did it right.
Everyone got 23 right? 25 right? It's 20 square root of 10. Okay, how about 26? Okay, so 26 again. What is 4 times 2? 8. So that's negative 8, right? So I have negative 8 square root of 15 times 12. And 15 is 3 times 5. 12 is 3 times 4. So I can bring out a set of what? 3's. And the square root of 4 is 2. And 5 has to stay in the square root. So I have negative 8 times 3 times 2, which would be negative 48, square root of 5.
I got negative 12 over 5.
Okay, did you add? I don't know. What'd you do?
Don't know.
Well, you should have your work on there.
I
So
broke it down. I did 3 and 5, 2 and 6.
okay, but then you got to go more with your 6. You're forgetting you have to 6 is okay. If you did 3 and 5, and then 2 and 6, you should have 2 and 2 and 3. Yes? Do you have that? What?
No.
No. If you did this, Henry, you would have a set of 2's. Right there is my 2. And a set of what? 3's. There's my 3. And the square root of 5 has to stay in the square root. You just need to keep breaking down, okay? Or look for those perfect squares. Does everyone understand what a perfect square is?
Yes.
Henry, do you understand what a perfect square is? Okay, so look for them. 30, 31, 35. Questions? How did those go?
Amazing. You asked.
Awesome.
Awesome?
Lit.
Okay. Any questions? Last chance on 30, 31, 32.
On 30 and 31, I don't know how I got you those.
Okay. So here you had to take 3 times 6, which is 18, yes? And 3 times 5, which is 15. Did you not?
I put 5 instead of 15.
Okay. Is that your problem then?
I think so.
Okay. Do you want me to go over 31 then? 30, you should have 7 times 5, which is 35, square root of 5. Do you have that? Okay. Andrea, you only multiply the whole numbers together because there's no square root. So 5 times 7 is 35. And then the square root of 5 is just after it. Just like if I had 7x times 5, I'd have 35x, wouldn't I? Same thing. Okay? Is that was your 2 mistakes then?
Yeah.
Any other questions on 30, 31, 32? Okay. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to make sure your name's on it. You're going to bring up your paper or pass up your paper. And then you're going to start working on your IXLs.